Right, here we go again. Really not enjoying this anymore. It's just turned into a bloody nightmare with this control system now. Thought this would happen as it got further in. It goes from being okay to now being completely ridiculous.
Major, I'm on the roof of the dam. The Citadel's been overrun. I repeat, the Citadel...
Yeah, it's been overrun. God, he didn't stop either. Ah, of course I'm going to be out of bullets.
Crap!
Don't know what this ammo is here. Oh, it's 50 cal. Nice. I'll take me some of that. Oh. Can't move. Oh, come on!
Box of ammo lying around would be nice.
Come on. Damn it. You see how long it takes to actually get the guns out and change over. By the time I've done that, he's actually stood back up again.
Nice one, kid. You really put that shithawk in a fucking coma.
Major! Major!
That's hard to believe. I didn't think Leave could get any nastier than he already was.
Come on, we need to get out of here. The dam's gonna blow.
Right, we better hurry.
Hit it!
Raven, go get out of here!
No. I won't leave another man behind. Not like this. Motherfucker!
Not today, kid. Not today. You've already risked your life far too many times. This time, only one of us is walking away from here alive.
The truth is undeniable. Fortune favors the bold. I accomplished my mission at the first light of dawn, and for once in my existence, the best plan was to not have a plan.
Aiden! How in the hell did you... Where? Oh no.
Sorry to disappoint you, kid. I guess the great Sandman ain't so great after all. But after all of the lives lost, at least I managed to save one.
What's going on? By all rights, you should be dead. And you're not. Wait. What? Hollis did that to you.
That fucking guy! Don't touch me! Stay away! Leave! He turned me into this freak. The antidote! I need it now!
This?
Give it to me now!
Aiden, you alright? Did it work?
You bastard! You remember me? You mass-murdering piece of shit? I will never forgive you for taking her away from me.
What the hell are you? Drop your gun right now.
You fucker! You killed her. Why? What did my baby ever do to you?
Hey, whoa, calm down. Too many people have died already. Why don't you drop the weapon so we can talk about it? Whatever happened, it's over. It's over.
No! It's not over. Not by a long shot. Not until this guy pays for what he did to her.
Listen. I don't know you, sir. But you can trust me when I say the man who did all this is dead. The Major's a hero. He risked his life.
He risked his life? Huh? For what? To murder tens of people? Including my wife? Huh? I was there, soldier boy. I saw what he did to her. My baby. Now, I suggest you get the fuck out of my way, or you can go to hell with them!
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir. Drop your weapon, or I'm gonna shoot you where you stand. No matter what you think you saw.
Stand down, Raven. Stand down. It's you, isn't it? Samuel.
How do you know my name?
Because I know more than what you think. But the only thing you really need to know is that I'm truly sorry. I never meant to hurt her. Not intentionally. Your wife, she was one of the few people I could really count on to.
What's that supposed to mean, huh? Huh? Who are you people?
He's the one who ripped my arm off and broke my neck, baby. While you just stood by and watched me die.
No, that's not what happened. That's not how... That's not... She's dead!
Sam, baby, are we really gonna argue over semantics? Just look at yourself. You're nothing but a frightened lab rat.
Shut up!
That's all you are.
Shut
That's
up!
all you ever were.
Shut the fuck up! Just shut your mouth.
Samuel,
Stop! Just don't say another goddamn word!
These people know everything about you.
Fight it,
They
Samuel!
always used you for their advantage.
No!
They
This
own
isn't
you,
real!
Sam. You've
She's
been
dead!
company property.
Don't listen to her,
Since the
Samuel!
moment you were born.
Damn it! The voice isn't Sarah!
Don't do it!
Whoa, looks like there's a bit more to it. I hope this is just an ending, not a another boss battle.
Gene signature confirmed. Welcome back, sir.
Boot up the register.
Ready to receive.
Mission report K731. Personal code FG 9565061.
Sorry about that.
Mission status completed. The material requested has been recovered. Of those involved, there's no one left. At least no one who knows what's really going on. I erased all traces of K's involvement. Hexacore Biogenetics will be blamed and held accountable for the mishap in Keaton's site.
Good job, sir.
Typical that. You just start recording again and somebody phones you.
Following Showing materials archive. Evidence number 1. HAF4RG0 Delta surveillance footage.
So we didn't see that.
Evidence number 2. Intercepted voice messages of Major Sandman Vulcan.
Voice message with encryption code XDR00035. Sarah, I would have liked to speak with you in person, but I'm afraid that's just not gonna happen. So this is it. The moment has arrived. You know, I told you that I'd do whatever it takes to protect her, and now I gotta prove just that. Prove it to myself, to you, but mostly prove it to her. My precious little angel, Samantha. In exactly 7 days, my man and I will be deployed to the Aegis labs to recover samples of Castor and Pollux. After which, you know what I have to do. Oh, I know what you're thinking right now. I know. So many innocent lives lost to save just one. But she's my baby girl. So listen up. I want you to leave Keen's sight, you and your Samuel, and get as far away from the city as possible. The gears of destruction are already in motion, and nobody can stop them now. And even if they could, I wouldn't let them. So, if one day my conscience does feel a little less guilty, it'll only be because I've not only saved my daughter's life, but yours as well. I know you know what it means to truly love someone with every fiber of your being. And the choices you gotta make to hold on to that love, to be with that person and share one last day, one last minute, one last tantalizing second. I couldn't live with myself knowing I didn't step up and do something, even if it means burning in hell for eternity. That should come easy compared to a living hell without her. Hope one day you can forgive me. But if you can't, saving Samantha will be enough.
Evidence number 3. Sarah Carmichael's recording to Sam Walker.
Sam, sweetheart, I've been waiting for this day to come, wishing I didn't have to tell you the things you're about to hear. Yet, here goes nothing. The more elaborate the lie, especially one as grandiose and brazen as this, the more difficult it becomes to explain. I should have waited for you to come home, to speak with you in person, but I just can't do anything but record this. You won't be home before dark, by which time it'll probably be too late. There's a good chance they'll come here looking for me. They. I guess you're wondering who I'm talking about. What I'm about to say will change your life forever. Change my life, too. What's happening, one way or another, was inevitable. But at the cost of many thousands of lives, it will also mean the end of our relationship. Listen to me. By now, all of Keen's sight is lost. He did it. He infected the whole goddamn town, sentencing the people here to a fate worse than death. He committed a truly unforgivable sin, The last hope for a crazy man being puppeted by even crazier people. The Kuronosu Company. I still don't understand how he could have done it, how anyone could have done it, even him, especially him. God damn you, Kuronosu, Hexacore, damn you both to hell. Oh, Christ. We're just a bunch of filthy murderers, all of us. Sam, listen. What I wanted to say, if I wasn't a coward, is that even though I've always loved you, I've never been completely honest with you. Beneath this city, behind your disease, lies a tangled web of secrets linked to the company. I would have told you sooner rather than being obliged by this tragedy, but I couldn't, and wasn't ready yet. I was afraid of how it might affect us. Sorry. Sorry. It kills me to tell you this, but I'm not who you think I am. You already know that I work for Hexacore, but what you don't know is that my job isn't limited to mere administration. My field of expertise is actually the supervision of research studies, monitoring one of our most important tests, you. For decades now, our government has been experimenting in its own backyard, testing chemical weapons on an unsuspecting America. The project is called Truman, and Keensight is one of the most illustrious testing zones, with Hexacore overseeing the whole shebang since the 40s. You, and hundreds of others like you, are the end result of these tests, and we've been tasked with keeping you in check and gleaning as much data as possible about your condition. I can attest, however, that it took very little effort for you to become the most important part for me, because I actually fell in love with you, and it wasn't just a job for me anymore. So when someone asks if I love my work, I tell them yes. Thanks to you, I do. And maybe that's why I've never had the courage to tell you before. And more importantly, I would never leave this place without you, of my own free will, if given the choice. Hold on. I hear something. There's somebody out there.
Evidence number 4, ID tags of Sarah Carmichael, Hexacore Biogenetics Supervisor, code 27.
Well, yeah, that's explained some of the story, but it's to put it on the end like that. It's still flaky as. I'd rather they put it in the story instead of playing through the game with like not a very good story kind of thing. I'd rather had a real solid story through the game. But that's what it is. See what this is. I finally charged one of the most important research studies in the country. Took years to perfect the Truman Project. You know, I just can't be bothered to read it. 9 pages. If you want to read it, go ahead. I'm just going to fast forward it. The thing is, it's the end of the game now, so I don't really care anyway.
She's ready.
Right, well there you go. To be honest, I mean, I think that what they've done is they've tried to. They've obviously tried to make like the game Resident Evil-y. Obviously, they're fans of that. The thing is with Resident Evil, the one thing, if I ever had to change with Resident Evil games, or the original games anyway, the one thing that needed changing and got rid of is the control scheme. Now, on the PC, it was probably fine on the console, but as far as PC goes, it was an awful. The control scheme was horrible. And it's one thing that should be been left in the past. To make this game and then implement the control scheme, why would you do that? Just make the control scheme, or I can't even speak anymore, the control scheme better or usable. Why would you make it like this? I mean, okay, if you're making it for console, you might need to make it a bit like this, but seriously, that control scheme should have left in the past. That loading system, whoever thought that was a good idea, seriously, that was one of the worst ideas of this game. The actual game itself, it looks fine. I like the way it looks. It's not really got many bugs in it as such. You know, there was the odd sticking in here and there, but it's polished in that sense. And it plays through okay. The story, like I say, is flaky. I'd have preferred a story that just, you know, you go along with and gets you really into the game. Not one where you're sitting there going, what? And going, what? Again. And then right at the end, it tells you right at the end when you're fed up with it anyway and you're finished. So, yeah, you have to be a pretty good game to go through and then have a little niche bit at the end. And you don't need much at the end, just a few twisters at the end. Not a whole storyline. Yeah. What can I say? I mean, yeah, I kind of liked the game, the play, and the going through. I hated the control screen. I can't even speak anymore. The control scheme. And the loading was, God damn it, that needed to be got rid of. In fact, I've looked on Steam and comments on that, and it's one of the most commented things is that loading system. It's just awful. It just ruins your game because you've got to constantly keep going into the menu and stuff to load your gun. Now, you think, well, that's more like real life. Yeah, but things with real life, it doesn't work in games. You're playing a game, even though you think you get involved in the game, you don't. You lose the immersion if you've got to start coming out, trying to put things in and they don't load, and you've got to switch this and switch. It just doesn't work. You know, this isn't. You're playing with a mouse and keyboard. You're not physically loading something with your hands. So that's where it falls down, and you have to draw a line somewhere from how real to get with the game. So, like I say, that's what spoiled this game. Apart from that, if they had a better control scheme, simple loading system, and not such slow animations. Every time you got an animation, you couldn't get out of it as such. Whenever you were trying to go into run, there would be this 1 second pause before the character gets into a run. By then, you're dead. So, yeah, overall, just fixing those things, the game, like I say, would have been fine. Obviously, story, well, you have to go with that. But yeah, the actual mechanics of it, of playing the game, is what has broken this game. Or not broken it, but made the game an annoyance. It's, you know, you come out of it thinking, yeah, I quite like the sort of playthrough bit, but having to play it again, no, I wouldn't want to go back to this. And if they ever make another one, like continue on with, because obviously they've got possible you could carry on with it, I really hope they don't implement the loading and the control scheme. Just change that, and you've got yourself a fantastic, you know, game. But there you go. That was Daymare, 1998.